Hi, and welcome to this Partner Showcase video. My name is Guy Bartram. I'm the Product Marketing Director for our cloud service providers at Broadcom. And today I'm joined by Christine Klie from T-Systems. Welcome, Christian. Let's have a quick introduction from you, and if you could tell us who you are and what you do in T-Systems.
Perfect. Thanks for this interview, for hosting this interview. As you said, my name is Christian Klie. I'm working for T-Systems in the area of the private cloud business, and I'm actually the business owner of our private cloud platform, which is called Future Cloud Infrastructure.
Fantastic. And related to that, let's dive into a few questions with you here. So what really sets T-Systems apart in the private cloud space, obviously the area of your expertise, especially when you think about your customers' unique needs and really how the market is evolving, especially in Germany?
Well, first of all, we as T-Systems, I'm not sure if everyone is aware of that, we are a 100% subsidiary of the Deutsche Telekom group. Yeah. So we are the business unit that provides enterprise IT services primarily focused on Central European market. So Deutsche Telekom is most prominently providing that service in the DACH and the European area.
Yeah.
We as T-Systems, as IT service provider, we have the offering for both private and public cloud services. So at the end of the day, the customer has both options. So can go hybrid, public, or private cloud. And we also provide managed infrastructure services, everything from a single source. And that's kind of unique in the European environment. With that portfolio, we are able to offer end-to-end services for our customers and to meet complex customer requirements more effectively than most of our competitors can do.
Yeah, that's a really unique offering. Lots of customers now are looking for that end-to-end play, realizing it's not only just one cloud, it's multiple clouds. It's how do I manage that hybridity and scale when I don't necessarily have the resources to do that, and that's where they kind of lean on you, right?
Yeah, correct. And at the end of the day, the customer does not have to decide upfront, or we can consult them in a way that the best option fitting to their requirements, to the workloads that the customer has, can come from T-Systems. So we're not forcing them into, okay, this is our offering, so you have to go private, or we are partnering with company XYZ in the public cloud area environment, and that we just push you in that environment. We offer what's best for the customer.
Yeah, it's the right execution venue for the cloud workload. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, great. And you guys have been a pinnacle partner with VMware and Broadcom now for quite a while. Can you tell us a little bit about that partnership and how it's enabled T-Systems to really enhance the value, particularly obviously in the private cloud space, and what sort of innovation and service delivery has evolved through that partnership?
Actually, I mean, Broadcom, or let's say VMware before its acquisition, and T-Systems have been partnering for many, many years. So we have a long-lasting partnership together anyhow. But let's say for our new offering, which is called the Private Cloud Platform Future Cloud Infrastructure, FCI, we have joined forces together with our partner Lenovo. So Lenovo, Broadcom, and T-Systems get together, I think, 6 years ago. And we, with a clear objective to develop together a very innovative, reliable, and cost-effective platform, private cloud platform. It's most probably one of the leading platforms in Europe. And what makes it unique is that from the very beginning, our focus was a high degree of automation, which is important if you want to serve enterprise customers and you want to have like a scalable platform. You need to focus on the high degree of automation. So this ensures scalability. It enables us to have a faster response to customer requirements. So when they say, I mean, that's what customers would expect from a public cloud and therefore also from a private cloud, to just extend the platform by a push of a button, to modify things via API. So this is all part of this joint partnership. We developed it together. It helped us to improve the stability, the automation. Yeah, it reduces human errors, and therefore we have API integration. We have a couple of very innovative features and functionalities developed together with Broadcom and with Lenovo that enables us to have a seamless integration into of the requirements from our customers into our portfolio.
Okay, okay. And that's really important. You mentioned sort of the customer expectations, and obviously when customers are thinking of private cloud, they're thinking about it almost in the same sort of flexibility, scalability, and adaptability as public cloud, but with all of the extra assurances and performance, etc. And that becomes particularly important when you start looking at different industries and different verticals. So what I find a lot of customers need is they really want, a private cloud tuned to their particular vertical, more like an industrial sort of cloud capability. How has T-Systems approached the customizations for those different verticalized customers?
One benefit of FCI is that it's a platform which is a versatile platform across industries, can be used across industries. So it's not a industry-specific platform. However, when we look at the markets, we can see that there are, let's say, certain requirements or that certain needs to have a private cloud platform in certain areas higher than in other areas, and especially in those industries or that sectors which have strict regulation and requirements. So whenever we come to regulated industries, we can see that there's a huge demand or a bigger demand to use private cloud platforms instead of public cloud platforms. Let me name a couple of them. So we have certain industries like banking, like health, pharmaceuticals, or public sectors. Yeah? And for those industries, we offer the required certification and the best practices on our platform. Let me give you an example. A very big topic in Europe these days is for the banking industry, it's the DORA standard. And so all banking customers, they need to go for the DORA requirements and regulations. And every partner that you as a bank work together needs also to be DORA compliant. So it's the requirements or the certification comes with the customer, our customer, but we as T-Systems as a service offering needs to fulfill the DORA requirements, and we can offer that already to our customers together with our sub partners that we then subcontract. So it's really important for the banking industries that they can rely on T-Systems to be fully DORA compliant. The same is like a GXP in the pharmaceutical sector, healthcare sector, or the Kritis, which is very much a local German certification by the BSI, which is also very important if you want to be engaged in the public sector. So these certifications, I always say, it's for us, it's like an entry ticket to certain industries. So you cannot go into these industries if you don't have that certification.
And regarding certifications is really important for different verticals, as you said. And another really hot topic that certainly Broadcom is heavily engaged with through our partners is this whole approach to data sovereignty and really what that means for customers, particularly looking at residency versus jurisdiction. How does T-Systems and the VMware solutions help support customers' sovereignty requirements?
Yeah. Indeed, sovereignty really becomes a big topic. What we can see in the last 12 to 24 months, this topic really gained a lot of importance. We as T-Systems serving enterprise customers, so they do also have the same challenge. When they work globally, you have like a US market, maybe an Asian market, but also European market, and with very complex regulation and restrictions. But the sovereignty aspect is something that I would say most of our global companies, customers really have to take care of. And together with Broadcom, we have been able to make a very um, scalable and very much configurable approach to sovereignty. What does it mean? Um, we have the flexibility to provide to the customer all kinds of operations, models, and sovereignty options that the customer really wants. So the customer can choose the desired level of sovereignty. Let me give you an example. You have customers like in a very much regulated environment where they would require German operations in a German data center. Other customers, or maybe the same customer, can select for other workloads to be run in a EU-based, European Union-based facility with certified European operations. And maybe for the next workload, they would also be okay, or they would appreciate to run it worldwide in a global follow the sun operations model. So what you can say is we as T-Systems can provide whatever the customer wants, even on workflow level. So the customer can say this workflow needs to be operated in that operations model, and we can provide the full flexibility tailored to the customer requirements. And I think that's a very, very strong offering that we can make to our customers.
Yeah, because not all workloads need to be in that highly secure environment. It's got to be
Correct.
a measured approach to understanding what workloads are secret, top secret, looking at their classification and then making the according kind of cloud choice and having, like you say, that unique offering that T-Systems has, being able to manage across those environments. And equally, as well as sovereignty, security. I mean, security is a big part of what makes up a sovereign private cloud solution. How does T-Systems address, security as really one of the top concerns for customers?
You're absolutely right. I mean, security and compliance definitely traditionally are part of T-Systems DNA, same as for Deutsche Telekom. I mean, this is what our brand stands for. You can trust to the magenta color. So for us, it's very important that all the services from the very beginning has been designed with security as a core principle. And this is really important because if you implement security afterwards, it always becomes very difficult to have an effective security concept. This has been also validated by many, many rigorous internal and external audits. So we're taking that very cautious and very serious. And this is also important because if you want to be engaged in the regulated industries, you simply, as I already mentioned, you simply have to provide this certification. And therefore, what we can say is that the security is really a core of our development. But it's not only that we say security is an integral part of our design and operations model. The customer also has a lot of abilities and service offerings that we add into our ecosystems. It starts, for example, with ransomware protection on various levels. It continues with things like enterprise recovery, IDM. So it's IDS, IPS systems are included in the offering. So the customer can select from a various range of security offerings on top in the ecosystems with our platforms.
Got it. And I guess equally with, the security aspect comes the ability to have that data consistency and recovery and business continuity. Now, it's often something that is quite difficult for customers to achieve by themselves. It involves, understanding the business, what's business critical in a time of outage, having resilient data centers, possibly in the same geo if it's a sovereign entity. And how does T-Systems, you mentioned DORA before, which is, a big aspect of this is having data continuity within the supply chain, and so your business does not experience any outages. How does T-Systems approach business continuity and things like disaster recovery? What's kind of unique with your approach?
Inside T-Systems, we have a program which is called zero outage. And there's also a zero outage promise that we give to our customer. What does it mean? It starts again with the design. So every service that we have is built with redundancy in mind, and it's been reviewed by internal and external auditors. So independent experts review our architecture. We are doing pen tests. We are doing failover tests. At the end of the day, this is the baseline to have an architecture which really helps to prevent any outages. But it also is important not to only have a superior architecture, we also need skilled operations teams to have a very strong operational force. So business continuity services are based on very skilled operations teams, and therefore we are able to protect our customers against physical disasters, and we ensure uninterrupted operations to our customers by this
Brilliant.
zero outage promise.
That's very, very nice offering to have. Okay, and then the one big thing that's always on a customer's mind, cost. I mean, this is really when it comes down to it, all these things sound amazing, but you know, if it's going to completely bust the bank, it's going to be a very difficult conversation. So obviously from Broadcom's perspective, we brought out the VMware Cloud Foundation private cloud. You guys have implemented that. How do you find that translates into cost or performance benefits to the customer and operational efficiencies?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. At the end of the day, so all the things that we discussed, like operational, zero outage, and security, this is all really important. But at the end of the day, we all know what really matters is the business case. But we are really happy and we are absolutely convinced that we can help our customers when it comes to the transformation to our FCI offering, that we also have a positive business case for our customer. I mean, it pretty much depends on the situation where the customer is in today. What's the maturity of their current environment, of their current landscape, and the current infrastructure when they move to FCI. But we can see that in average, you can say that the cost savings are with the offering, with the Broadcom software, with the VCF, we usually can gain efficiencies of around cost savings of around 30%. That's one thing. So cost savings, but the other thing is that we enable also the environments, our customers, for the future leverage of innovative technologies that helps them in addition to create even more efficiencies internally. For example, they just give me some example, like using containerisation, building modern applications, not on a monolithic stack, but on a container based. But also AI is a very important topic. We all know that AI becomes more and more important. And together with Broadcom, we can offer AI-based workloads, whatever sizing the customer wants, that also enables a lot of efficiencies for our customers to use very much like AI tailored to the requirements of the customer.
Yeah. So there's quantifiable costs straight away, you know, in the business case, and then there's also like unquantifiable costs going forward, how your business is going to evolve because of these operational efficiencies, because of these new capabilities. It's kind of difficult to put a number on it, but it does make a difference. And one other key thing I wanted to ask you is about, you know, lots of businesses are looking to reduce their environmental footprint. You know, there's a big drive, especially in the EU, for net zero. Lots of customers struggle with this because they've got you know, existing infrastructures which maybe aren't as energy efficient as they could be, and also budgets are difficult to kind of get reserved to do these type of things. Tell me, how does T-Systems approach sustainability? Because there's a lot of benefits if a partner like yourselves can bring sustainability inherently into the offering to help that customer jumpstart their journey towards a net zero.
Yeah. Um, I mean, together with Broadcom, with the Broadcom software, we offer a comprehensive suite of solutions. Um, the key advantage of this is that we have transparency in all the process steps, like energy usage, resource utilization, and of course also the built-in automation, automated optimization. So at the end of the day, these capabilities, they deliver a significant benefit, that hardware requirements will be reduced to offer the services for our customer and resulting then in a decreased carbon footprint. We as part of the Deutsche Telekom, as I mentioned, T-Systems is fully aligned with Deutsche Telekom net zero targets by 2040. And our operations and the whole supply chain is covered by that. So with that transparency and the optimization, our offerings are designed to help the customer to reduce also their environmental footprint while we meet also the regulations of the industries and the business demands. So T-Systems integrates sustainability into everything we do. As a company, we have the responsibility to be active in that. And this is really also part of our core beliefs.
That's brilliant, and customers really need that that assistance from partners to kind of, like I said, jumpstart their sustainability goals. And if they're looking to come to a cloud provider like yourselves, then they're going to basically inherit that sustainability carbon footprint that you have already. So that's a really nice solution. Okay, so let's
very ambitious targets to be the target that Deutsche Telekom has set with a net zero by 2040. That's very ambitious in the industry, and we're really being with that with our offering.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and it's quite hard in certain areas, certain geos to actually achieve that because there just isn't the the clean energy available, and that also adds to that challenge that customers have.
And we all know that AI is even adding more complexity and more requirements because it's very much energy consuming, which makes it very hard to. I mean, you have a plan, and then new innovations like AI get into that, but facing more challenge and more requirements on energy consumption. So it will become really challenging, but I'm very positively on that.
Yeah, and I think it's important that customers recognize that they will be needing more processing power, more capabilities, most likely supported by GPUs as the market evolves into an AI-driven market. And really to source them by themselves, to have the energy efficiency, the data center footprint, and the support by themselves is going to become really quite tough because one, there's limited resources in the world who actually know and really can manage AI, but two, buying power. T-Systems has bigger buying power than most customers will ever have. You have a bigger footprint in data centers. You're able to buy cheaper energy, cheaper GPUs, get the resources, and that's really important for customers.
Absolutely. I mean, look, once again, the benefit for T-Systems being part of Deutsche Telekom, we have the data center. We have our own data center, but we also have a good collaboration with the existing data center providers. And as you said, we can have the most important part is that you have the full stack that you can manage, and then it requires smart solution to manage it as efficient as possible. And that is the key to prevent or to enable the environmental benefits.
Yeah. Well, Christian, let's finish off the last question for you today. So we've talked a bit about environment, we've talked a bit about sovereignty, resiliency, compliance, and obviously the private cloud offering. If you were to sum up then, what is your vision for private cloud in Europe, and particularly from our perspective, how VMware Cloud Foundation contributes to that?
Indeed, as we help our customers to get along with the digital transformation and to accelerate that, we can see clearly the trends for sovereignty and private cloud adoption. I mean, that's obvious and clear in the market. At the same time, we also see that customers do not select for A or B. We can see the multi-cloud strategy that helps our customers to fulfill their requirements in the best efficient way. And as already mentioned, with the portfolio that we offer to our customers, we can say that we have the right mix of technologies, operations models, and compliancy levels to help our customers. So this trend of sovereignty and private cloud adoption will stay, and it will be enriched by also utilization of innovations, as I mentioned, containerisation, AI. That is definitely the trends that will also accelerate to become in the industry. I would say that with the utilization of Broadcom's software, the VCF, as a heart of FCI, we are pretty well prepared, and we can provide a secure, scalable, and a modern private cloud platform to our customers. But at the end of the day, also important is not only technology. Our customers really, they need a strong and an independent IT provider helping them from the very beginning of the selection of the right solution, in the implementation, in the migration, but also in the daily operations. And we as T-Systems, we are really committed to be in the markets at the heart of our customers' digitization. And we help them to modernize, to digitize, and to secure the IT delivery of our customers.
Yeah, it's a very nice, complete picture to finish up on, Christian. Thank you very much for your time today. Hopefully this has been useful to our customers, and they can understand a little bit more about what T-Systems does. Please check out the link below to find out more information about T-Systems. Christian, thank you very much for today.
Thank you very much, Guy, and have a great day.